And then you can turn your attention to your abdomen and see if you can notice the sensations of the breathing there. In the movement of the abdomen rising when you breathe in and falling when you breathe out. So you narrow your focus onto this area. And you just try to remain a continuous flow of awareness. So you follow the whole cycle of the breath. Maybe just be curious about how it actually feels to breathe. And whenever you lose that continuity of awareness, whenever you become distracted, just gently release the distraction. Allow the mind to relax and return it back to the chosen object, the abdomen. And in order to balance the effort, you can use the in-breath to arouse your focus, sharpen your focus. And then you use the out-breath to release and let go and relax. Breathing in, sharpen focus, and then breathing out, relaxing, releasing. And then as a support for our focus, our attention, we can introduce the counting. So you breathe in, and then at the end of the in-breath, you count 1. Breathe out, and then you breathe in and count 2. And then you continue up till 10. And at 10 you start over again at 1. And whenever you lose focus, whenever you lose the counting, you just start over again from 1. So whenever you become distracted, you lose this continuous flow of attention on the breathing. Just release the distraction. Gently bring your attention back and continue observing the breath. Continue counting the breath, starting over from 1. So just noticing where's your attention in this moment. Noticing distractions, and then very gently bringing the attention back over and over again. Okay, so maybe just a note on the counting. So if you find that it is helpful, I think it's good to use it. But if it's not, you can just drop it, because the main practice is keeping our attention with focus and stability on the breathing, and the counting is just a support for that. But you can also, but if you find the counting helpful, there are variations, so different ways of doing it. So we counted at the end of the in-breath. You can also try counting at the end of the out-breath. There's a slightly different feel to that. So you can play around with that. And you can also, if you count up to 10, then you can go backwards down to 1. So you go 9, 8, 7. That requires a little bit of, so if you're very agitated, that requires a bit more mental effort. So then that can also be a way of cutting some of the distractions. And then it's in many traditions, instead of counting, you will be using noting. So you can just note in, out, for example, or sometimes rising, falling, but all these are just supports for attention. So you play around with it, and if it's helpful, use it, and if it's not, then don't. Okay, and then I thought I would give you some homework again. I don't know if you're up for it, but till next week, next session, please you can start doing this. And if you have 20 minutes for meditation every day, that's fantastic. But if you can do 10 minutes, it's almost equally fantastic. And if you can just get 5 minutes in, that's so much better than nothing. So to try to really find a time and make it a regular habit, so you do it the same time every day, in the morning or in the evening or whenever it's suitable. And then you do, and if you find that if there's too much tension now when you start to focus, then just go back to the full body breathing and the relaxation. Use the lying down posture. If you find this one helpful, please do this one for the next week. And then, like I said last week, also use this throughout the day. So whenever you feel that you're getting tense or agitated or stressed, see if you can just drop 1 minute or even 30 seconds of this exercise or this practice in there. That will definitely change the quality of your mental state in that situation. And even set timers throughout the day, so you can just do 1 minute of mindfulness every hour. That will still make a difference. So there's this metaphor of it also comes from Alan Wallace, he talks about seasoning the day. So just like if you have a big plate of food, within that plate there will be just a tiny piece of seasoning to make it taste good. So that the seasoning is just a fraction of the amount of food. But it's the same thing with mindfulness. If you can just drop, so you're like seasoning the day with mindfulness, that will have a great effect on the entire day. There's a lot of day, and if you throw in a few spaces of mindfulness, it will change the quality of that day. So really try to find the time for those mindful breaks. And then again, like I mentioned last week, when it's time to go to bed, so the last thing you do at night, you can lie down in the Shavasana posture, the corpse posture. So hands at your sides and palms facing upward. And then you do this exercise, this meditation, this focus shamatha meditation. So you follow your breathing, you do what we did. But then as soon as you find that, okay, I'm starting to become drowsy, I'm moving more towards sleep, then you just let it go, and you can change your posture. So you tell yourself that I'm now stopping the meditation and going to sleep. So you can turn over, or just maybe just turn your hands, do something to signal that this is the end of meditation and the start of sleeping. And then you just ride that wave into sleep. So it's actually a very good way also of letting go of anxious thoughts at the end of the day, and moving into sleep, transitioning into sleep, and hopefully having a good night's sleep. So that's again the homework. 10-20 minutes of meditation every day, a little bit here and there throughout the day, and then rounding everything off with a final session in the evening. And I will check very carefully next time if you've all done your homework. Or maybe not.
We can send you an email every time we've done it.
Yes.
You would like that,
because I need more emails. Yeah. No, but if you have any questions, though, please do send me an email and ask, or maybe I could send you emails throughout the day. It's like time for mindfulness. I'll have to automate that, set something up. Okay, so that's the end of the first session. So now we have some fika, and then we come back and have a little bit of questions, if there are reflections, if there are any, and then we sit for another session. And yeah, but now time for fika.